Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans. My husband here to my right, your left, is Alan Evans.
A train in the house.
It has been a very busy day, but I could not let this day pass by without recording a podcast,
It's been a busy weekend.
Very busy.
It's been a very
weekend.
busy weekend.
I have I've done what you call overscheduled myself, but it's okay.
You do that a lot.
I'll sleep when I'm dead, as they say.
Whoa.
But yeah, it's been a very busy few days, but I'm happy to be here on the podcast just to dump it all out. I don't need a diary. I don't need a journal. So I have a podcast.
You have a podcast, huh?
Yeah, to get it all off my chest.
What am I? Like the court jester?
Like why I have a podcast
What am
with
I?
you.
What am I? You look like you're about to pass out. How much wine did you drink at the swap
I had
party?
a couple of glasses, but I'll tell you
A couple of
this.
glasses or a bottle?
A couple of, well, I don't know, honestly. Who knows at the end of the day, the final tally. But it's been a long weekend.
All I know is when I came in, you were sitting there with two heavy hitters when it comes to drinking wine.
Yeah, Susan and Amy. They're heavy hitters. But it was good. But I'm the one that was hosting our semi-annual swap party. We talk about from time to time. There has been a podcast in the past that I've done talking about how to execute a podcast, swap party. But people still message me and ask me, can you talk about it? And I guess I could say, go back and find the podcast where we talked about it before. But I don't even know where to tell you to find that.
Go back and listen.
Alan, I don't even remember which number to tell
Doesn't
them to look
matter.
at.
Go back and listen to all 440 of them.
I can give you the highlights. We'll talk about that. But we also had a night of Top Golf with our friends.
Yeah.
We had that.
Yeah.
What else? It feels like there was something else I'm thinking.
Well, I took a road trip.
Yeah, Alan took a road trip. He took a trip on his road trip he's going to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're actually recording this podcast a full 24 hours earlier than we normally do, because typically we record on Monday nights for our Tuesday drop, which is probably not what normal podcasts do. I think normal podcasts, Alan, they record them well in advance. They're edited. They are spliced up. They sound so professional, unlike us. We record
Why
it.
are you putting us down?
No, I'm just saying. We record it. We send it in. Done.
Well, okay.
I'm just saying. It is what it is.
Why is that not good?
No, I'm not saying
What
it's not
makes
good.
them better?
I'm just saying we're just raw.
Well, yeah.
They're polished. They do.
Are they polished?
They do prep.
Because you play a little music drops
Right.
and stuff that makes you polished?
They do prep. They do research.
We do research.
They do witty banter, and they edit out the stuff that's not funny.
We
We
do
just leave all that in.
We do banter. You could debate whether it's witty.
We leave it all in. But yeah, there's a reason why we're recording it a full 24 hours early, which I will tell you about that as well.
Okay. I think I should introduce something kind of up front. That's all good stuff, babe. Good stuff. So I got you. I think we should introduce.
You got me?
No, I'm going to introduce something up front that is was posted on the A Sandwich and Some Lovin' social media, at A Sandwich and Some Lovin' on Instagram, A Sandwich and Some Lovin' on Facebook. It's you know how couples have their own, they develop over time their own vocabulary.
Yeah.
Like there are certain things you and I say like that only you and I kind of get, or
Same with the podcast family. We have a vocabulary that only people who listen to the podcast would understand.
even though you're red and half drunk, you're catching on.
Why do you keep saying I'm red?
You're catching on.
Am I red?
So our podcast has its own language as well,
mhm.
you know, and that makes me very happy when I get DMs and emails and people doing our bits, like using our language.
Right.
So what I think we should do, because I think we say a lot of the same things over and over and over.
Like annoyingly so?
Yeah, because that's one of my bits, is to drive something into the ground until you can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Play a drinking game.
Well, I can't drink anymore tonight, honey.
Well, no, I know you can't, but our listeners can.
Okay, as long as you're home and not driving.
Yeah, as long as you're home, you're not driving, you're not going anywhere. Maybe you're sitting around with your significant other, you're listening to a little Sandwich and Some Love, and you dial us up. And you can play it, I guess, however you want. This is just an idea of how you might play the Sandwich and Some Lovin' drinking game.
Oh, my.
So you would take a sip. I would suggest a sip and not a shot.
Yeah.
Right. So
Shots are hard.
Yeah. So whatever you're drinking, like a sip of beer or a sip of wine.
Yeah.
Take a sip when Allen brings up any of Kellie's ailments.
Thank you.
Kellie reminds us she's from South Carolina.
I do that a lot. That's funny.
Allen does Boss Man George.
Yeah.
Allen says dime.
Yeah.
Allen talks about his bowel movements.
Wow, that's a lot of Allen.
Either host talks about the weather. Driving school gets brought up.
We're in the throes of that. 2 more weeks to go, babe.
Allen bitches about the Dallas Cowboys.
A whole season left of that.
Kellie sings.
I haven't done that in a while.
See, these are just ideas.
Yeah.
And you can create your own. I'm just giving you some ideas to create your own drinking game.
But we have to publish these somewhere.
They're on Instagram.
Oh.
The live I already said that. The live studio audience gets mentioned.
Yeah.
Either Kellie or Allen says, people love lists.
That's you. I never say that.
You say it sometimes.
Very rarely.
Allen says, my man. Allen or Kellie says the word lewd.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just one sip. And
Pretty good.
And then I thought, so our marketing team
That's enough.
Our marketing team came up with that, but I thought we could extend that. You know how I like to take a bit and make it even a bigger bit.
How much more could you drink to?
Oh, so you take a double sip when these are just ideas because this is our language. You take a double sip when Ben Franklin is mentioned and how lewd he is.
That's rare, but it does happen.
Allen changes his voice.
It happens every podcast multiple times.
There's a "G'day, mate" reference.
Again, every podcast.
There's a size 12 big shoes, big feet reference.
That doesn't happen a lot.
Okay, that's why it's a double shot. The ones that don't happen.
Well, the other ones are a lot.
Well, you're going to get drunk. An El Presidente impersonation.
That's pretty common.
Allen zones out and Kellie gets mad.
Yeah, because you're reading the comments from the live studio audience, not listening to me.
Allen says something down low, lewd, and then clears his throat and sniffs.
Yeah.
Okay, so
podcast.
those are double shots. Now here's where you finish.
Oh my God, nobody's ever going to be able to keep track of this.
Here's where you finish your drink. You just take the whole. You just take the shot.
Shoot it. Okay.
Kellie sings the Go West jingle.
Okay.
Kellie changes her voice.
That never happens.
Or you've done it once. Kellie, that's why you would take the whole drink. Kellie changes her voice or does an impersonation.
Very rare.
Very rare. Like you do, you've got Cher, you've got dumb husband voice. That's about it.
We'll see.
And then
good luck keeping up with all these.
And then Kellie does a live clapback.
Okay.
Those are just suggestions.
Okay.
I invite you.
They're good. There's just too many to keep track of.
Good, sweet, clean, dear listener, to come up with your own.
It's good. I understand it, but it's too much to keep track of.
Well, maybe they come up with their own. Every time they just play a drink
amongst themselves.
Maybe they play
fine.
a drinking game every time Allen interrupts Kellie. Oh shit! They take a shot every podcast.
Because like Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live does just if you hear this word, take a shot, right? So that's one.
Well, that's
one directive, one thing. When you have 30 things
like
to
lewd.
keep track of, that's too much.
No.
But y'all do what you want to do. Drink till you're drunk, as long as you're safe.
I want to give them lots of opportunities to take sips.
Yeah. Do a lot of people drink while they're listening to our podcast?
I think a lot of people just drink.
True.
Have you ever played the game where you take just on another just random subject, taking a shot of beer?
No. I don't drink beer, so no, I've not done that.
But if you play the like alternating shot of beer game, you can get really drunk.
How does that work?
You just keep drinking shots of beer until
you
can't drink any more beer.
There's no competition, just one after the other drink
Yeah,
shots.
because a shot is 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces, right? A beer is 12 ounces can. So there's 6 shots in
So
one
you just
beer.
keep going until somebody can't do it anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's
alcohol poisoning.
So that'd be 6 shots of beer,
That's not
right?
fun.
And
That's not fun.
So that'd be 36 shots in a 12-pack.
I don't like that.
Right? Or a 6-pack. A 6-pack.
I don't know, honey. I don't know.
So if you did 36
I can't
shots.
do math right now. I'm
if
tired.
you did 30, you can't do math right now because you had a bottle
I had
of
a
wine.
lot. I don't know if I had a bottle, but I had a lot. And it wasn't a drinking game. But people know that I like red wine. So Sarah
was here?
Sarah was here. She bought a bottle of red and said, Kelly, this is very good. You should drink this. And I was like, I will help you drink that.
She
So I
bring me
drank that.
anything? What
No.
am I, chopped liver?
No. And she also bought this wonderful jalapeno like dip that was really good. Wasn't
Oh,
very
wow, that
hot,
sounds good.
but some people want the recipe for that. And then, Amy comes, who is a red wine aficionado, and she starts drinking, and she goes through my wine collection. Let me tell you, I have a great wine collection. I just don't know anything about it. I just know people bring me gifts of wine and that it's good. And it sits there because when I'm at home by myself and I want to have a glass of wine by myself, I'll drink the cheap stuff. But the expensive stuff I never touch. So I'm happy when friends come over who appreciate red wine will drink the good stuff with me. So we drank some good stuff tonight.
All right.
But there's that. But, we're going to get to the swap party and all of that. Now, a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp, okay? There's a lot of times we go through ebbs and flows in our relationships, in our friendships, in our work relationships, right? And things are just awful. There's tension there. There's frustration there. There's lack of communication. And you get so frustrated with that person. Like maybe it's just one person that you're just really frustrated with. And you get so focused with the problems you have with that person, but you can't ever okay, there's a problem here. Why don't we just start focusing on the solution? And it just takes having the ability to get yourself into a different mindset. But it can be tough to train your brain to stay in problem-solving mode when you're faced with a challenge in life. But when you learn how to find your own solutions, there's no better feeling. And a therapist can help you become a better problem solver, making it easier to accomplish your goals, no matter how big or how small they are. Now, when I've had issues in the past, when I've had just I feel like I'm so frustrated. I'm beating my head against a wall. I just need somebody to hear me. I just need somebody to hear me. I need to feel like I'm seen and heard. That's where I find the most benefit out of therapy that I have had in the past. I just want somebody to understand where I'm coming from when I feel like I'm the only one that feels this way. Why can't anybody else see what I see? And I've found a lot of benefit in therapy when I have done it. I know, Alan, you have as well.
I have.
It is. And if you are thinking about giving a therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable. It's entirely online. And you can get matched with a therapist after filling out a very brief survey. And you can switch therapists anytime you need to.
So when you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can help you get there. Visit betterhelp.com/sandwich today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/sandwich.
All right, so let's just get started with our weekend really quickly. We had a Topgolf night.
Well, there was something before that.
What was before that? It was your motorcycle thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go start there?
Sure.
Start there.
Yeah, so gosh, I guess about a month ago, I signed up for a class. And this class, if you remember, podcast listeners, maybe exactly 1 year ago, I started riding motorcycles. And I went to a motorcycle safety foundation class, an MSF class. That was about a year ago. I signed up for another one this year just because I want to keep learning, because I'm pretty still new to this and I want to keep learning and become a better rider. But this was it's called an ADV, which is in the motorcycle world is adventure. So ADV rider's course.
What does ADV stand for?
Adventure.
Oh, adventure. Okay.
Yeah, it's adventure, an adventure riding course. And it's these motorcycles, like you might be familiar with motorcycles that just ride on the street. Well, there are also motorcycles that you can ride on the street. And then if you see a trail, you can say, I'm going to go on that trail and I'm going to take it off road. And you check out the trail and check out the mountains and check out the lakes and then get back on the highway and go to the next site. So that's adventure riding in a nutshell. But to do that kind of riding, it takes a different kind of technique. You can't just do street riding off-road because you'll wreck. It's just a totally different kind of riding that I don't know how to do. So that's why I signed up for the class. I wanted to learn how to do it. So I signed up for this class. It was in this little tiny town in Texas called Jonesboro, because the guy who teaches it, he lives out there, and there's acres of land where he can train people to do this kind of riding. So I reserved a room at a Holiday Inn Express in an adjacent town called Gatesville.
Don't sleep on Holiday Inn Express.
It was good.
It's great.
It was great. I thought
It really is.
great experience.
My mother and I, we went to visit her friend in Houston, and we ended up staying at one, and it was awesome.
Cheap.
It's not expensive, and I don't know what it is, post-COVID, but the breakfast.
Free breakfast?
Yeah, free breakfast is good.
It was clean. It was modern. It was nice.
Yep.
Very good
Don't
experience.
sleep on the Holiday Inn Express.
No.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Hashtag not an ad, but very great experience. Very good experience at the Gatesville Holiday Inn Express. So I go down there Friday. The next morning, and it's about a 2.5 hour drive from where we live. So I go down there, stay the night. The next morning I get up, and it's about 15 miles to Jonesboro. So I go puttering up the highway to Jonesboro and get there at about 8:15. Class starts at 8:30, and there are already about 3 or 4 guys there. So basically, we took our class from about 8:30 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. And I met some really cool guys. It was funny. We had to go around and I was telling Kelly the story. We had to go around and introduce ourselves like you usually do in a class, and we're all standing there. The first guy goes, and he's like, yeah, I'm obsessed with motorcycles. I have 5. And I was like, wow, 5, this guy. And he said,
don't get any ideas.
He said, my first wife didn't like motorcycles, and, my second wife, she rides with me, and this is what I do for a living, blah, blah, blah. Goes to the next guy. Next guy says, yeah, my first wife, she didn't like motorcycles either. So, yeah, I'm remarried as well. And my wife kind of tolerates my hobby. I have 4 bikes, and, I want to learn how to do adventure riding. This is what I do for a living, blah, 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 blah. Third guy, same thing. I'm like, wow. But this guy had 10 motorcycles. I'm like, dude,
No.
that's beyond.
Second wives are tolerant to a point.
That's beyond a passion. That's obsession.
Yeah.
So this cat came with a trailer and a truck, and he brought 3 of them.
No.
It was wild. But he goes, yeah, I've got 10 of them.
And how many ex-wives?
Well, that's a whole nother story. Somebody asked him later about that. He said, are you remarried too like the rest of us? He goes, no, my first wife actually died.
Oh, my.
And we're like, whoa. It was one of those things where everybody's like, whoa. He's like, yeah. He said, I was just sitting there talking to her, and she died.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Like a massive heart attack or
Brain
something?
aneurysm.
Yeah. Oh, my.
35.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So I guess I don't know. I don't even know what
if he remarried or
he remarried or no, he did remarry. He did. We did figure that out. So he did remarry. His wife.
Situation where the second wife still is like, okay, you can have a motorcycle.
So then it gets to me, and I'm like, I too am on my second wife, and I have 3.
On my second wife.
And I have 3, and everybody thought that was right. And she, I said, she tolerates my 3. She's trying to get me to sell one of them, but the guys were like, look, what you got to tell her is you got to.
Tell me.
Yeah, you got to
tell me.
You got to understand. You've got to understand how this works. Is you need a different bike for each situation.
How many situations are there?
Well, some look better than others.
Okay, so it's looks.
Some are really fast. Some are
speed.
slower. Some are on the street. Some are for the street and the trail. Some are just for the trail.
How many options do you need?
It was like a therapy group. We were
They were all pro you and not.
Yeah.
Well, that's the interesting thing though, is like first wives were all hell no. Second wives were like also thankful to have a second husband. We're like, okay, honey, it's fine.
Baby, it was funny. I was telling Kelly, it really was funny because there were 7 guys in the class.
Everybody had a second wife.
Everyone had a second wife except 2 of them that were single.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, this is crazy. So anyway, great group.
I don't think that's a coincidence.
Probably not. But great group of guys. One guy was a dentist. One guy worked in radio, actually. He did technical stuff for radio stations, and he had heard of Kid Craddock Morning Show, nationally syndicated. So anyway, we did a bunch of drills and stuff, but I fell.
Felt bad.
I experienced my first
wipeout.
I wouldn't call it a wreck. Well, it kind of was a wreck. But I wasn't the only one that fell.
Were you the first?
No, I wasn't the first either.
Were you the worst?
Yeah, I was the worst.
Yeah.
There were other guys that fell, but I fell pretty hard. And with this kind of riding, you wear all these pads. Like I have this thing. It's called a super shirt, and I put it on, but it's got pads everywhere. It's like a little. Like a
little football outfit.
Little football
you have like
outfit,
football, like hard shells underneath.
Right. It's called armor. But I had my helmet on, had my armor on, had long pants on, had boots on, we had gloves on, and it's hotter than hell. But you got to be safe.
It was literally close to 100 degrees.
Yeah, it was. So we're doing this drill where he's teaching us to run over these little logs. And, you approach it at 90 degrees. You don't go at it at an angle. You go at it 90 degrees. And
Is that straight?
yeah, like
It's 90 degrees straight? I don't know what that means.
perpendicular.
Is that straight?
Like a T. Yeah, you go straight at it, 90 degrees. And you don't go at it at an angle. But it didn't matter because I went over it 3 times, this one log, and I was fine. I did it perfect.
Until that last
The
time.
very last time I'm going over this thing, and I got my front wheel over it just like I did the other times, and I don't know what happened.
The log slipped, it sounds like.
Something happened. I don't know what happened. I don't think I turned the handlebars. I don't think I gave it too much gas. I know I didn't hit the brake, but I am over the right grip. I launch over the right grip, the handlebars, head first, and I landed on like the back of my head and on my right shoulder. And so I kind of rolled, you know what I mean? So I do the Superman bit, and then I landed on the back of my head.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Where'd your bike go?
Luckily, it didn't fall on me because
Yeah.
it weighs 600 pounds. So it just tipped over to the right, and I was launched off of it. So I can hear it go, "Rum, rum," and then it turns off, and it's got flashing, tipped over on the screen. And all the guys run over. Bro, what happened, man? You just took the dirt nap. Dude, that was rad. What happened? You got a log caught in your engine. The freaking log was stuck in my crash bar. It was like this freakazoid thing.
Yeah.
So I really can't even explain what happened. All I know is I was going over this log. The next thing I know, I'm on the ground.
That's the way it was when I was walking.
Right.
And it happens so fast. You think about people who are in terrible accidents. It's like everything happens so fast. You don't even have time to be scared. You weren't scared, were you?
No.
It just happens. And you're just like, suddenly you're on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I was on the bike, and then the next thing I know, I'm looking up, and I'm like,
it's
what
like in
happened?
1 second, you're just, that's
Right.
it.
I know.
Yeah.
So the guys come over running like, dude, you okay? And I was fine. I hopped right up, and
You're so embarrassed.
well, yeah. Yeah, but in that kind of riding, you drop your bike a lot because they're heavy and you're going slow and you're going over obstacles, and you're going to drop your bike. But I didn't drop it. I dropped it and then launched over it, So everybody runs over. They help me pick it up, and the windshield had popped off. So now I've got to fix that, and everyone's standing around. I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hold up class. I'm going to push this thing over here and fix it. You guys keep going.
Aww.
So I pushed it over under the carport where there was some shade, and then me and another guy, we put the windshield back on, and they only had about another 5 or 10 minutes, and then the class was over. I did it at the very end of class.
That's good, at least.
So that's
That
what
was the
happened.
end of your run. You didn't do any more.
I didn't do any more after that. But the bike was fine. I was fine. But yeah, I did take the dirt nap. But public service announcement: if you do any 2-wheel stuff, motorcycles or bicycles, wear your safety gear, because it bailed me out. Had I just been riding around in a t-shirt and a helmet, or heaven forbid, no helmet, but a t-shirt and a helmet, I could have broke my clavicle or dislocated my shoulder. It could have been bad. It really could have.
You were really protected.
I was really protected. I was like basically in a football uniform.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So, and the ground was real soft. It was it was a sandy loam.
Sandy loam.
Yeah.
Alan was telling me that this morning. He got the giggle fits. He could not even get the words out that it was a sandy loam. I'm like, what? Well, that's not even that funny. I don't even understand.
Loam.
He was hysterical laughing about a loam.
It just reminds me of loaf.
Okay.
It's that stuff.
Again, it's not that funny.
Isn't that stuff like they bring that to the church potlucks? They bring
loaf?
Someone brings loaf, or is that something that
Meatloaf?
No. Didn't your mom make a loaf or something?
No, my mother Price.
Yeah. Your mother Price made loaf.
My mother Price
made
used
loaf.
Whenever she had leftovers, she had a loaf. You have a loaf pan, right? And so she'd take any leftovers and she'd combine it all together, mash it up, and she'd make a loaf.
Yeah.
And it would be whatever was left over.
Oh gosh. So anyway,
which is actually very interesting, and we should try it maybe sometime.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
End
I'm
result,
just glad you're okay.
I was fine. But our instructor loved to talk, and that's great. He was a great guy. But we sat there after class and probably talked for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, and you needed to go.
I was looking at my watch and I'm like, man, I got to get home because we had Top Golf. And some of the guys said, hey, you want to do lunch? We're going to ride up to the other town. And
I wish you could have, honey. I
I
know you
know.
would have liked to, but we had Top Golf.
I blamed it on you. I said, well, Mama's expecting me home for
Mama? You call me Mama?
I did. And then everyone else started saying Mama.
Mama.
I said, Mama. I said, Mama's expecting me home and I got to, we're doing something tonight with some friends, so I better get going. So I ball hammered north, and I got home about an hour before Top Golf.
Right. So we had Top Golf, just a few groups. It was like 15 of us, and we just did Top Golf, which is fun. I told my goal for next year, it's going to be on my bucket list for next year, just a little preemptive. I want to learn how to play golf, and Alan's going to teach me, and our marriage is going to survive. Right? Based on what you saw at Top Golf, do I have the basic skill? Do you think I have a glimmer of hope, a glimmer of talent?
I'm going to drop a dime right now. I think I can take anyone that has average athletic ability, average hand-eye coordination.
Am I average? I'm fine with average.
Yeah, I would say so.
Average. I'm fine with that.
And I think if you give me a month with that person regularly, I can turn them into a pretty decent golfer.
And I'm on board. Because I'll tell you.
Because I know what to do.
Every time I swung that club and hit that ball, I didn't hit it every time I swung. It felt wrong. It hurt. Like parts of my body hurt. I'm like, that shouldn't hurt my shoulder to do that. Why would that hurt?
Drinking game.
No, that's not. I'm just saying when I hit things.
Ailment.
It's not an ailment. I'm just saying when I hit things, like I would hurt. It's like it shouldn't. Why would it hurt for me to swing in that manner? That's not an ailment. That's just an actual result of a swinging
Andrea
motion.
Dowling Gulledge even leaned over to me when you were talking about this.
No.
Yeah.
What'd she say?
She goes.
She betrayed me.
She goes, ailment. And I was
That's a betrayal.
And I said, yeah.
That's a betrayal.
How was that a betrayal?
Because she's supposed to have my back.
She does have your back.
No, that was not having my back, Andrea Dowling Gulledge. That is not.
Come on.
Let me tell you about my. Okay, you want me to talk about ailments? I'll tell you about my ailments. I am 55 years old, and I am not the spring chicken I used to be.
Uh-huh.
And I had to go to a chiropractor about my shoulder, and he gave me those exercises to do for my shoulder, which I thought I was going to have surgery. And then I had tennis elbow really bad, and then I have my bad wrist. And so when I'm doing all these motions and stuff, it doesn't feel great.
Let me just.
I can't believe Andrea did that.
But can I ask you a question? If you had gone, and this is a hypothetical. If you had gone to motorcycle class, ridden down there, stayed the night, had class, got launched off a bike onto your head.
Oh, it'd been awful.
Rode back, and then went to Top Golf, would you have been able to do what I did?
Probably not, but you said you were fine after having all your armor.
Maybe I'm just telling you I'm fine. Maybe I'm really hurt inside.
You haven't limped. You haven't complained. You haven't taken anything.
I'm sore. I've taken a lot of ibuprofen.
Whatever. So you're saying what? I complain? Is that the bottom gist of this?
No.
I can't believe Andrea.
Oh my gosh. Why is this such a big deal?
She said it under her breath to you because she did not want me to hear it.
No, she wanted me to mention it on the podcast. I said,
there you go.
I'm
now my feelings are hurt, Andrea Dowling Gulledge, so I hope you like that. But it was different. Swinging a club is different. It's not a comfortable feeling. It feels awkward and weird.
Andrea Dowling Gulledge is actually in the live studio audience.
Good, you hurt my feelings.
And she wants to know why I threw her out on Front Street.
That's right. Why did you do that?
She didn't say this is off the record.
Well,
if you lean over and say this is off the record, then I won't tell it.
After Top Golf, who was it? Was it David? Oh, David and Melissa Heck, two very good podcast family.
Oh, and I got a bone to pick with Melissa Hecht here in a second.
Why?
You'll hear. Go ahead.
Okay, so David and Melissa, if y'all don't know, when our very first podcast family vacation happened in 2019, they went on their honeymoon with us. Which is amazing. And they've become good friends of ours. And they're a lot of fun. David wants the four of us to go out and do golf. I said, oh, do a driving range? He said, no, I want to play 18 holes. He said, don't worry, Kelly. We'll just get drunk.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. So we're supposed to do that. What do you have a bone to pick with?
The very first time I met David and Melissa, remember we were walking on the path at the Valentin and I was in a Speedo.
I don't remember the first time, no.
And David... and Melissa, and we've mentioned this, height is not one of their attributes.
No, they're very tiny people.
They're very small people.
They're short.
And they admit that.
Yeah.
They're the smallest people that I'm friends with. But we're big people.
We are big people.
We're huge.
What do you think? Maybe how tall you think? 5'4"? Maybe David's 5'4"?
I don't want to cheat him out of inches because guys don't like that.
Yeah.
But
5'5", maybe? They're short. It's okay.
He's pretty sawed off.
They're short.
So
it's
I'm
okay.
standing there in a Speedo. His head is down about waist level. It was just weird, you know? And even he tells the story.
And that's how y'all met?
That's how we met. And he's thinking, who in the hell is this guy?
and why am I sharing my honeymoon with him?
Right. But now we're really great friends.
Yeah. And we're supposed to go golfing and getting drunk together.
No, I've got a bone to pick with Melissa. I'm going to throw her out on Front Street right now.
Why?
Here's why. So we were at Top Golf. And Kellie Raspberry Evans, regional...
And all my ailments, right, Andrea?
Regional radio star Kellie Raspberry Evans was recognized by some very nice listeners of the Kid Craddock Morning Show.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay? So
It was her birthday.
It was her birthday. So we're all sitting, all of the people that went on, Melissa, Dave, Susan, Craig, all the
Laura
all the cast of
the
characters,
usual,
the usual
yeah.
cast of characters. We're all sitting around after Top Golf in this area called the Terrace, where it's just a big open drinking area, in a bar outside. We're all just sitting around shooting the bull. These people that had recognized you come over, and they ask for a picture, which you're always glad to do.
So honored.
Right.
I don't care how bad I look. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So
forgive me the way I look, but I'll take it.
So I'm just sitting there talking to, I forgot who I was talking to. I might have been talking to David, and Melissa was standing there. And I think Chef Mike was standing there or sitting there with us. So you go over and take a picture. So I'm just sitting there not thinking of anything until the birthday girl says, "Hey, Alan, can you come over and get a picture too? Will you take a picture with us too?"
I didn't hear that part.
You didn't hear that part?
No, I was very busy. I was talking to her friend.
Okay.
I really didn't hear that part.
I heard that part.
See, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm being honest. I didn't. I was talking to her friend or her sister, whoever it was.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't hear it.
She asked if I would come, and I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I get up and I start just walking over. Yeah. Melissa looks at me and she goes, "Oh, there's Alan. Kellie Raspberry's husband's gonna come and get a picture too. Oh, he didn't. Nobody asked him for one, but he's gonna get in the picture too." I'm like, Melissa, I will have you know there, short stuff, that she just asked me for a picture. Oh, there's Alan with all his big tattoos and his big grin and his dimples. He's so photogenic. And I'm like, she was letting me have it.
She did.
I'm like, Melissa.
She did.
I first of all, I've never said those things. I don't talk like that. I don't do this with my face and say I have dimples. And she asked me for the picture.
She did.
Good.
I didn't hear her ask, but Melissa did say all that.
And
that was
even
funny.
after I told her this, she wouldn't let. She was like a freaking pit bull on my leg.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Alan, big tall Alan.
I want my picture taken too.
I want my picture taken too with the big white teeth. He's got chiclet teeth and he's got lots of tattoos. Like, Melissa, leave me alone.
So no to golf with her and
No,
David?
I'm not until she apologizes.
Oh, she was funny.
I love Melissa, but God, she was letting me have it.
It was funny.
The lady asked me if the birthday girl asked
I
me.
didn't hear it. I don't know.
I have never.
All I know is suddenly you're standing there next to me like,
Yeah.
what?
Okay. Just for the record, in that situation, I have never.
You've never.
Ever.
I've never noticed.
Gotten up and
Right.
tried to get in on it.
I've never seen you do
unless
that.
somebody asked me.
True.
Okay,
I will have your back on that.
Thank you.
Although I did not hear her ask you last
Well,
night. I've never witnessed Alan do that.
Thank you.
But man,
And I've
Melissa got under his skin.
I have most certainly never walked up there with my chest poked out, walking like Paul Bunyan, pointing at my dimples.
I want to take my picture
I want to take a picture too.
All right. We're going to take a brief pause here.
Unbelievable.
All right. I don't know about you, excuse me, but we spend a lot of time. We want our house to feel like a home. We want to feel comfortable here. Whenever we walk in, it's like your safe haven, not only indoors, but outdoors as well. And that's why we love fastgrowingtrees.com so much. The experts at Fast Growing Trees curate thousands of plants so you can find the perfect fit for your specific climate, location, and your needs. And you don't have to drive around to nurseries or big gardening centers. FastGrowingTrees.com makes it so easy to order online, and your plants are shipped to your door in just 1 or 2 days. So whether you're looking to add some privacy, some shade, maybe some natural beauty to your yard, Fast Growing Trees has in-house experts ready to help you make the right selection with growing and care advice available 24/7. Now, when I married Alan, I would have the fake ficus tree. I didn't think anything of it, but Alan's like, absolutely not. We are not having any fake plants inside the house.
I'm okay with fake, but not trees.
So you were insistent when we found FastGrowingTrees.com, we were so impressed.
Absolutely. And we got the most beautiful fiddle leaf fig for our bathroom. It is thriving in that spot. We also had a dark corner in the house. We needed a kind of a low light tolerant plant, the bamboo palm.
Yeah, it's doing great.
Doing great.
And that's the
experts. I just watered it tonight.
Right. The experts online, because I don't know a lot about plants. Alan knows a lot more than I do. But even if you know nothing, they have experts there that will help you, give you advice about what would work outdoors, indoors for you.
Yeah, for sure. Because I don't honestly don't know that much about indoor. So that was
better.
That really helped with their suggestions.
So even if you don't have a green thumb, you'll feel like you do. Plus, they have a 30-day Alive and Thrive guarantee, so you can trust everything's going to be healthy for years to come.
Yeah, so go to fastgrowingtrees.com/Lovin and you'll get 15% off your entire order now through October 15th.
Ooh, get on that.
Get 15% off at fastgrowingtrees.com/Lovin. That's fastgrowingtrees.com/Lovin.
Man, I hope everybody's listening to this podcast in real time. A year from now, and people are going back and listening, like they do.
That's why you have to be current.
And this is to October 15th of 2022. So just remember that. All right. So Topgolf. We're done with talking about Topgolf.
It was fun though, huh?
It was a fun night. It was an expensive night. I'll tell you that. If y'all want to go play Topgolf, hashtag no discount, hashtag not an ad. But it's fun, right? How much does it cost just to go out to a driving range? You used to go out to driving ranges all the time, just with no bar service or anything,
Yeah, it's for like a large bucket of balls. It's usually about $12.
Yeah,
$10 to $12.
So if you're not looking for all the drinks and food and stuff to go with it, okay, go to a driving range.
What you do? You go to the driving range, bring you a little cooler.
Is that what you do?
You could.
Maybe we can do that.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Saturday night. So Sunday, I had my. I don't know is it biannual or semi-annual? What do you call it when you have something twice a year? Is it biannual?
I think it's biannual.
Anyway, we try to time the swap parties around the change of seasons. So when you're going through your closet and changing out, summer to winter, or summer to fall, and vice versa. Except here in Texas, it's still like 1,000,000 degrees, and it's the end of September.
Drink.
What? Oh, the weather. The weather, yeah.
Yep.
So, but I was like, I've got to get it done. I mean, I can't, if I wait too much longer, it'll be the holidays and it gets too crazy. So we went ahead and set the swap party for Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. I just invited every damn body, right? My mistake, here's my mistakes if you're ever going to throw a swap party. We tell everybody, just clean out your closet. Go through your closet, things you're never going to wear again. You bought thinking, oh, one day I'm going to lose 30 pounds and fit into it. Or you bought a pair of shoes. You wore them a few times. Like I had a beautiful pair of shoes. I love these shoes so much. I wore them literally yesterday and I almost tripped twice in them. And I'm like, I'm too old for these shoes. They're too high heel. They're gorgeous shoes. The ones I wore yesterday to the birthday party, Kenzie took them tonight because she's much younger than me. I was like, I'm going to kill myself in these shoes. So it's that.
Oh, I didn't see you, so I don't know what those were.
Yeah, that's right. You were gone. Books, old little appliances, home decor items. Just clean out your house. Anything you would sell in a garage sale, bring to my house. We don't exchange money. We just swap all the stuff amongst ourselves. Whatever's left over at the end of the night, the end of the afternoon, is donated to charity. That's how it works. It's that simple. Mm-hmm. But my mistake is this. When you invite, like, let's say 20 people, and in the invitation I say, bring a nibble and a bottle, right? Bring your something to snack on and something to drink. Mm-hmm. When you have 20 people, everybody brings something to eat.
It's a lot of grub.
It's obnoxious. It's obnoxious.
Well, where
how
did
much
it all
food.
go? I came
A
home.
lot
There's nothing here.
There's some stuff in the fridge.
Oh, there is? Sweet.
But there's some people, it's just like, it was just too much, y'all. And we had to throw a lot away because it's just, after the dips and stuff sit out, you can't refrigerate them. You have to throw them away. But we had dips and homemade pizza, and we had somebody bought Raising Cane's chicken strips.
Good grief.
And cakes. We had 2 or 3 cakes, and we had all these chips and sandwiches and stuff. It was just a lot. It was a lot.
Cakes?
Cakes. We had 2 cakes that were brought.
This has become
So,
quite the
it was a
ordeal, quite the event.
It was a lot, but it was a lot of fun. And I got a few things. What happens is when we have so much stuff, it's obnoxious. And people are like, no, I don't want to go through it. I don't want to take anything. I just want to get rid of stuff. So at the end of the day, Shanda gets at the front of the room and she goes through everything on the racks and starts pulling stuff out. And you're like, oh my God, I never saw that, and forces you to take things. And so I've got a stack of things back there of clothes that I haven't even tried on. But the thing is, if they don't fit, you know what happens? Bring them back to the next swap party.
Oh, I thought we give them away.
But if they don't fit on me, everything else has already been. Melanie, her mother and father run a food pantry and clothing charity Goodwill thing.
Oh, okay.
And she took a lot of
You know the
things
name of
tonight.
it?
She didn't tell me
Is
the
it
name
in white,
of
right?
it. Yeah. She didn't tell me the name of it.
Okay.
But anyway, she took a lot of it, and the rest of it we still have in the house. But yeah, so anyway, I've got a few things to try on, which was fun. And we had a good time. We had a good turnout. What did you see left over? We had a lot of DVDs.
Not a lot. A couple of DVDs. There's a big coffee maker in there.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those like Mr. Coffees.
Yeah. But some people still prefer that. My mother still
My mom and
prefers
dad
that.
do that,
My
yeah.
mother prefers that. We got her a Keurig years ago, and she's like, I don't like it. I like the regular Mr. Coffee pot, whatever.
Impression.
Well,
Was that your
wasn't
mom?
Really? No, I didn't do an impression.
Oh, okay.
Just
Okay,
saying my mom said something.
See, I'm playing the drinking game as we talk. Okay, don't drink there.
That wasn't an impression. That was just me saying what my mom would have said.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, it was a good time, but there's not like a magic. People are like, well, how do you do a swap party? Well, it's just like a garage sale, but there's no money exchange. Does that make sense? It's a hot mess. Let me tell you, it was a hot mess. You need to invest in, I have a couple of clothing racks.
Yeah.
And I need to get one more.
Definitely need those.
Because it's just so many clothes. Ask your guests to bring things on hangers, because if they don't bring things on hangers, you have no way to really sort through them. You need a couple of 6-foot tables at least to put things out. And a lot of things are just left in boxes. I don't even know. You had like a box full of socks. I have no idea if they're out there.
Yeah, did my stuff go?
I have no idea.
Did anybody take my I had
idea.
shorts and shirts and all
No
kinds
idea.
of Well,
They're
I
either
didn't see
taken.
it, so
They were either taken or boxed up and given to charity.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Okay.
But we also go through seasons of life. So all my girlfriends, we all have children about the same age. So we used to have a lot of little girls and little boys things, and now it's just all adult stuff. Purses. There was some nice stuff. I mean, like designer stuff tonight. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
But
Sounds
you missed
fun.
all of it. You got home at the tail end of it when there was just a few little
Well,
hangers on.
Kelly, I mean, she doesn't say, "Hey, get lost."
No,
and
stay
I
as long
don't
as you want.
and I don't ever feel like I can't be here, but usually when Kelly does a swap party, I make myself scarce just because today I just went to Buffalo Wild Wings and watched
When you were
I watched
me,
football.
You recording me, you were there the first couple of swap parties.
Yeah, but then I start going around and see stuff that's mine that you're putting out and people are taking, and then it becomes a big issue. I'm like, why is this out? Or Justin will come into my office and just start taking crap.
He did that as a joke once.
No, he took it.
Once.
But he took it.
But he gave it back.
I had
It was
to
a
ask.
joke.
I had to ask.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Anyway, it was fun. So if y'all ever want to do a swap party, that's how that works. And it's great. And it's a good excuse to get together with your girlfriends.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do it like if you're overwhelmed, you can say like if you're doing it for the first time, you can tell your friends, bring 5 things. Everybody go through your closet and bring 5 things. And I have some girlfriends that'll say, I don't have anything. I just went and donated a bunch of stuff to charity. I'm like, I don't care. Just come and take stuff because we have so much crap. But that's what we did. That was what we did tonight. Okay, and so that's enough swap party talk. Sorry, I did have a little bit of wine. So the reason we're recording this podcast a night earlier than we normally do is because I have done either an incredible thing or a stupid thing. So everybody knows I took my daughter to see Harry Styles in New York,
Mhm.
Madison Square Garden.
We talked about it on the podcast.
It was the first show of his New York run. He had 15 shows there. It was the first night
Wow.
of them. Yeah. It wasn't consecutive. He would go do other things. Well, now he's moved his show to Austin, Texas. Okay.
Austin,
Texas.
90 square miles.
Right up the road.
Surrounded by reality.
And before I got the tickets to New York through a podcast family member who I appreciate so much for doing that, I was asking my boss at Kiss FM in Dallas.
Hey, man.
Not that boss,
Oh,
a different boss,
yeah,
Patrick. I was like, is there any way you can help me? Because I try to go through the normal avenues of getting tickets. They had a pre-sale for Harry Styles and everything was just gone. I was like, I tried and I couldn't get any. Can you help me out? He said, yeah, let me see what I can do. Well, then when I got the New York City tickets, I'm like, don't worry about it. I've taken care of it. When we got the New York tickets, we were just thankful to be in the venue, but they weren't the greatest seats. We were just thankful to be in there. Even in Michaela said, don't complain. We were happy to be here. But I asked my boss, I said, is there any way you can get us like a little bit better seats? Let me take advantage of my job, my position on the show.
Dime.
So anyway, he said, yes, I can get you some decent seats in Austin. So that was fine. Well, the only problem is that the shows, none of them are on the weekends in Austin. They're all on a school night or a work night.
Mm-hmm.
So the night we have tickets for is Monday night in Austin, Texas, which if there was zero traffic, it's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
But if anybody is familiar with the drive from Dallas to Austin,
It's a beatdown.
it's a beatdown. There is always construction
Mhm.
and or an accident.
Lots of traffic.
Lots of traffic and or an accident. So I'm going to try to allow and cross my fingers and hope that 4 hours is enough to allow. So I'm going to have to pull Emma Kelly and her friend out of school on Monday. We're going to drive down to Austin. Thank the Lord above that my friend Carolyn is in town from Colorado. Carolyn's in town from Colorado.
Alan's going to do what Alan's going to do. Yeah.
I love Carolyn. And
Me
I
too.
said, and we haven't caught up. She was going to come over and see me Friday night, but we made this new plan. I said, would you be willing to ride with me down to Austin with the girls that are going to go to the concert? We'll go to dinner during the show, pick the girls up, and drive back in the same night because I got to be at work the next day and then Michaela's got to be in school the next day. And she's going to go with me and keep me awake.
Y'all are going to be bushed.
It's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal, but she's going to keep me awake. I'm going to have a lot of caffeine and it's going to be okay. But we're leaving. I'm picking up Emma Kelly. I'm getting her out of school early after lunch. Coming home, she wants me to do her hair for her. She wants to wear false eyelashes. I don't know why, but she's just really into that. She wore those to the New York show. She loved it. She wants to wear false eyelashes. She has her outfit all picked out, and we're going to hit the road and go to see, she's going to see Harry Styles.
What are you and Carolyn going to do? Just
We're going to go to dinner or
hang out?
something.
Yeah.
For a couple of hours.
Well, that's
while
good
the
that you'll have
show.
somebody to pal around with.
Thank God, because it would just be me. And I would just be killing a couple of hours, picking her up, taking the girls home. And I told the girls, y'all have to sleep on the way back because you're going to school the next day. So that's going to be interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, y'all wish me luck. That's why we're recording the podcast a little early.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That sounds like fun. It's just too bad it's on a Monday night.
It's a beating.
Yeah.
It's a beating. And part of me is like, why did I do this? But I want my daughter to have these fun experiences. And I remember when I was a senior at Florence Christian School, and we were not allowed to go to concerts.
Where was
then.
that?
It was in Florence, South Carolina.
Drink.
But we had this, because it was a private Christian school that was run by the church, we were not allowed to go to rock concerts. And my friend Diana,
Why?
we just weren't allowed.
The devil stuff?
Devil stuff. My friend Diana went to see Loverboy when she was a junior. And I think junior or sophomore, and they told her, you can either be suspended or you can get up in front of the school and apologize. She said,
Wow.
I'll take the suspension. They said, no, you have to get up in front of the school and apologize.
Wow,
So
they
she
got in
had
a Boda match.
She had to get up in front of the assembly at chapel and apologize for going to see Loverboy. So when I was obsessed with Duran Duran, obsessed, like beyond obsessed. And I remember I was a good kid. I I was a good kid. I didn't do anything wrong. And I remember telling my parents, all I want, it just means I've got to go see Duran Duran. They were going to be performing in Columbia, which was an hour and a half away. I was like, I've got to go see Duran Duran. I begged, I pleaded. And my parents knew it was against the rules for Florence Christian School for me to do this. But they were like, okay, we're going to let you go. You can take your cousin from Mullins. My cousin Sheila went with me. I couldn't tell. They said, but you can't tell anybody. Because if you tell somebody, it gets back and I could get in trouble. I said, okay, I can keep this secret. So my cousin Sheila went with me to see Duran Duran in Columbia. My mother drove me down there with one of her friends. And while we went into the concert by ourselves, she went to eat with her friend, came back and parked on the sidewalk and waited for us to come out. And that's the exact same thing I am doing now.
Full circle, babe.
For my daughter.
Full circle.
And I just remember how much that meant to me, that my mother did that. Now, granted, Columbia is a little closer than Austin, but it's going to be, I hope that my daughter will appreciate
I think
that.
she will.
I hope so,
Maybe,
y'all.
maybe it won't come across immediately, but I think someday.
I hope so.
I think
because
someday.
I feel like things are just different now than they were then. And I don't mean it's not like an old fuddy-duddy, but it's true. Things are different. And, we didn't get to do a lot of really special things back then. And my daughter gets to do a lot of special things because of my job. It's just the truth. And she's a little bit spoiled because of that. But I hope she appreciates it.
She will.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because based on her attitude, I don't think so. But anyway, so that's what we're doing. I'm just going to drive her down. I'm going to be dead tired, walking dead on Tuesday, but hopefully it'll be worth it.
Think you're going to get there on time Tuesday?
To work?
Yeah.
I might, depending on what time we get back, I might just go straight to work.
Oh, man.
Take a shower and go to
Babe,
work.
That'd be such a beat down.
Oh, well, depending on what time I get back, I have no idea.
Oh.
I'm going to try really hard.
Just be me and the dogs here, huh?
Yeah.
Me and Zoe.
Unless you want to go watch Monday Night Football with anybody.
Yeah, possibly.
So anyway, that's the plan. And I'm hoping that my daughter appreciates it. But let me tell you, she probably won't.
All right, babe.
All right, so before we go.
Oh, there's more.
Well, yes, I have to read the 5-star reviews.
Okay, sure.
Why don't you want to have your ego stroked by these wonderful 5-star reviews?
I say you get that out right now and stroke it. My ego.
All right, so we're asking people to leave us, as we always do, to like, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review. And I'm going to read a couple of them at the end of every podcast, just to leave us on a positive note. So sometimes Alan and I maybe will be fighting on the podcast, which people love when we fight. They love.
Some
when we
people
bicker.
hate it.
They love when we bicker.
No, a lot of
they
people
do.
hate it.
That's like the majority of our 5-star reviews are about our bickering.
They let me have it.
So anyway, I'm going to read some of the positive 5-star reviews. This one is from LSU Tigers. This is her name. LSU Tigers 2011 SEC champs. I don't know why. It's titled, "Don't Miss an Episode. Let's raise a glass to this realistic, family-driven, sometimes lewd, action-packed, comical, and wheels-off podcast."
Oh, God.
Kellie and Allen make me laugh every episode, and I always look forward to the EK teenage drama or the boys' fishing and baseball stories, as well as the harmless bickering. All of Allen's funny sayings, voice changes, Dallas rants, and the beloved Kellie clapbacks. Thank you. Jennifer T. from Houston said, this was written a long time ago. I just did a little digging instead of the more recent ones. This is from February. "I look forward to every episode. I love hearing Kellie and Allen's updates on what's going on in their lives. They make the listener feel like you're in their living room with them. So fun." I like that. And this one's from Gabby Guajardo. "Favorite podcast. This is my favorite. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I refresh my app to see when it's posted. I so love listening to Allen and Kellie just talk about their daily lives, and I find myself laughing as if I'm having a conversation with friends. Thank y'all so much for being y'all and sharing it with us."
Well, that's nice.
Thank y'all.
Those
See?
are nice. Those are very nice.
Don't you like hearing those?
I do, because they wouldn't say, "Here comes Big Dumb Allen. He's really tall and he likes to get in pictures. And he's got big chiclet teeth and a chest piece. And he's Kelly Raspberry's husband, so he thinks they want his picture too."
Or like Andrea Dowling Gulledge.
Andrea who?
Andrea Dowling Gulledge. Ailments.
Yeah. She didn't say
Ailments.
it. No, she didn't say it like that. She just leaned over. She went, ailments.
Ailments.
Love it. All right, babe. You got anything else?
No, I need to go to bed. I
Yeah.
need to get a good night's
Tomorrow
sleep.
might be one of the longest days of your life.
One of the longest days of my life. Why did I drink wine tonight? That was stupid. But I pay the price.
You're probably going to be drinking some wine tomorrow, but you'll be drinking it with Carolyn.
No, I will not because I'll be driving. I will not.
Okay. Well, Carolyn may.
I'll be drinking a lot of caffeinated beverages.
That'll be a hoot. You have to get me caught up on everything Carolyn because I haven't talked to her in a while.
Go with us.
No.
Drive with us.
No.
Come on. It'd be so fun.
No, I got to take care of the dogs. And plus, the Dallas Cowboys are on tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I swore off I would never watch again, and here I am.
Yeah.
It's like heroin. It's like black tar heroin.
Oh, my.
I can't stop. Freaking train wreck. It's going to end up in a train wreck. I don't want to get going on a negative note because we just finished on a real positive note. But Cowboys play the G-Men, the Giants, tomorrow.
And what are the odds?
I don't know who's favored. I'm not sure.
Dak's not back, right?
No, he's not back yet. But apparently, Jerry thinks Cooper Rush is the next coming
I
of
think
Roger
Cooper
Staubach.
Rush is going to be great.
Well, Jerry thinks he's the next Roger Staubach.
I don't know about that, but I think we need to all rally behind Lil Cooper because I mean that's a lot of pressure on him.
Just for the record, no man ever wants to be called Lil.
Okay, well we'll rally around Cooper.
Okay. All right,
And
babe.
Tom Brady lost.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Wow.
think he's regretting coming back.
Kelly with the sports talk.
It's not sports talk. You think he was like, man, maybe I shouldn't have come back.
Well, they played the Packers, and the Packers are a good
I
team.
know, but it's like, I don't know.
The Packers beat them in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, anyway,
All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
You know, I still love Melissa Heck desperately, and Andrea Dowling Gulledge, and all our friends that went up with us to Top Golf, and all our listeners, most of all. But I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.
What? How much wine have you had?